Now, our final speaker, Chidimma Adetshina from Nigeria and South Africa, yes. A celebrated model pageant queen. Chidi, go ahead and share your story.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to Nana and the Women of Valour for bringing me here to Paris and giving me this platform and this opportunity to share my story. Initially, I was like, okay, I'm going to plan what I'm going to say, but then I thought to myself, there's so much power in being authentic. Why not say my story from my heart? Reflection time. I think I need a box of tissues. I've always been a pageant girl. Pageantry is something that I've always loved to do since I was 4 years old. I remember being called Miss Bambi, Bosmansdam Primary Queen, high school. And for me, I thought that pageantry was just for young girls until one day I watched Miss Universe in 2017 and I saw Demi Lee being crowned. And I was like, so pageantry is not just for kids, it's also for older women. And I was so excited. And when she was crowned, I was so inspired. I didn't know what it was all about. I just saw a queen that looked so beautiful with a crown, dress. I was like, I'm going to be Miss Universe. And I had a picture up my wall. And for me, it was all jokes and play, to be honest. And then in 2023, I decided to sign up for Miss South Africa. I was a mom, a new mom. I was going through a lot, but I was like, you know what? I just want to try. And that was the year they actually changed the rules. And I was like, you know what? I am doing it. My son was just 1 month, but I still tried. Unfortunately, I got rejected, and it was really traumatizing for me because I was like, am I ugly? I just gave birth. I'm not looking like the Chichi I used to be before. However, I did not let that stop me. I said, I'm going back again, and I'm trying. In 2024, I signed up for Miss South Africa, and I made the top 30. For me, making the top 30, I was just like, I'm happy. I don't need to go further. I'm good. This is the confirmation I needed. I was actually underestimating my power. I was underestimating the strength that I have and who I am as an individual. And when I made the top 30, that is where everything took a sharp curve for me. I have never used my name Chidimma before. People call me Chichi, Vanessa. And I decided, you know what? I'm entering this competition, me, the real me. And that's Chidimma Vanessa Onwe Adetshina. When I made the top 30, right through top 16, I faced a lot of backlash. A lot of South Africans felt like I wasn't South African enough. They said, Chidimma is not a South African name. She doesn't represent a South African. She doesn't listen to South African music. Her TikTok is full of Nigerian music. Her bio says she's Nigerian and Mozambican, so she's not truly a South African. For me, that was really heartbreaking because that was where I felt rejected. I lived in South Africa for 23 years of my life. I've played netball, represented the Western Cape, the Western Province for many years. So for me to see that I want to achieve my dreams and my goal, and I'm feeling rejected by a place that I call home, was the most heartbreaking ever. However, I did not let that stop me because this is something I really wanted since I was young. So I said, I'm not going to let this stop me. And I actually read a saying yesterday that said, a ship does not sink when there's water around it. A ship will only sink when there's water inside of it. And that's when I realized that I did not allow the negative comments and everything to bring me down or weigh me down. Instead, I let it stay out and I believed in who I really am and what I really wanted. When I made the top 9, that's where the backlash and everything got so intense. At some point, I really thought I was really, really strong and nothing was going to get me down. But in all honesty, it did get to me. And then the Department of Home Affairs released a statement to say my mom is alleged committed a crime for identity theft. I, in that moment, wanted the floor to swallow me. I was like, why now? Why me? I just made top 9. I'm walking that stage. Why is this happening to me? I then told myself, irrespective of everything, you're still going to do it. You're still going to fight and make sure you walk that stage. I was then told I'm going to court the day before the competition, and I was like, I'm ready to go. I didn't do anything. I just wanted to achieve my dream, and I'm ready to fight. Last moment was really traumatizing for me, and I decided, you know what? It's time for me to let go. And I think that's where the power really started for me. Knowing when it's time to let go of things, irrespective of how you feel. It was not something I wanted to do. Like I said, being Miss South Africa, walking the Miss Universe stage is something I've always wanted. So for me to let go of it, it was devastating. I just told myself, you know what, maybe it wasn't for me, and that's okay. And then a few days after, I was like, what next? What happens to me now? Then I got an email from Silverbird asking, would you like to participate in Miss Universe Nigeria? I was like, what? Me? Okay. I was really interested, to be quite honest. Like I said, I've always had this driving fierce force of like, I'm going to walk that stage. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, but I knew I had it inside of me and I knew I could do it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna accept the offer. Yes, I will. 2 days before, I called them back and I said, I'm sorry, I cannot do it anymore. I do not want to take this offer. It was so heartbreaking because I was like, you've always wanted to do this. Why are you letting yourself down now? And I felt like that was God actually speaking for me and saying that this is your second chance to achieve your dream. Why are you doing this? Already my whole family knew that I was not going to accept the offer. The morning of the press release for Silverbird, I didn't tell my mom, my dad, my lawyer, no one. I woke up in the morning, I called Silverbird and I was like, I'm accepting the offer. Put it out, I'm coming. And my dad woke up in the morning and was like, what's this? Why did you accept the offer? This is not what we spoke about. And I was like, I'm sorry, but this is really something I want to do. I really want to walk this Miss Universe stage and I know I'm capable of doing it. Please support me. And my family supported me. I then went to Nigeria. I did the whole competition. Warm welcome from Nigerians. I've never lived in Nigeria for longer than a month. I only came to visit once. But the reception I felt from the moment I arrived, I felt like I was at home. And, and after knowing that I was actually rejected from a place that I call home, and Nigeria accepted me without me knowing much about the culture, knowing much about anything, yet they still celebrated me and supported me. That meant the world to me, honestly. And then I was crowned Miss Universe Nigeria, and I think those of you who've watched the video, you'll see my expression was very bleak. I was like, finally, finally. And I think I was also ripped of that joy. I was filled with so much anger, so much hurt, so much pain. I couldn't really celebrate the fact that I won because I knew that I was not okay within myself. I was happy, but I wasn't okay. Then it was now time for me to go to Miss Universe. And I think that was the moment where reality really hit in for me to know that I am about to achieve that dream I set for myself in 2017. And I'm about to show everyone that put me down, doubted me, rejected me, discriminated against me, that I am still going to do it and I will definitely show up. Then I got to Mexico and I saw all these beautiful girls from the many countries, Albania, Venezuela, Thailand, Philippines. I was like, oh, Lord. Here we go again. And I'm not going to lie, I was very insecure. I've got a scar on my leg because I tried out for the SA team. I don't like my smile, my body. There's so many things I was really insecure about, and a lot of people wouldn't know, and I'm sure I'm saying it for the first time, and everyone's like, what? But it was really something I was insecure about, and I told myself, you're not going to make it. Like, you got to walk, which, congratulations. You got to achieve your dream, but you're not going to do it. Like, the competition is hectic, like it's not for you. And my whole team supported me. From the moment I got to Mexico, I had to make sure I put Nigeria on that map. And I'm so glad and happy that every single time I stepped out, I made sure everyone remembered who Nigeria is. On the day of the prelims, I fell really, really sick. And the chaperone came to me and told me that the doctor said I should go to the hospital and not compete. I was like, after everything I've been through, I didn't get this far to come this far and give up. I'm walking that stage with or without being sick. It was like, okay, it's your choice. If you want to, you can do it. And I did. A lot of people wouldn't have noticed that I was feeling so ill. A lot of mosquito bites on my leg. It was hectic for me, traumatizing as well, because I already know the journey I'd faced. Still facing it in Mexico, petition after petition after petition to get me out of the competition. And I literally went to my room and I cried and I was like, God, if this petition is gonna work, clearly this is a sign that I really need to give up, because I've fought and I am tired, genuinely tired. And the organization called me and they were like, listen, this is what's happening. We've received petitions, but you're still capable of competing. I was like, what? Oh, thank God. It was really a good sense of relief to know that irrespective of everything, I still got that opportunity to fulfill my dream. On the day of the competition, I did not think I would make anything further than the top 30. I literally have my prediction list on my phone. And I was like, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that, and I'm happy. And I got called to top 30. And I got called to top 12. I got called to top 5. And I was crowned the first runner-up of Miss Universe 2024. So before coming here, I got to understand that the theme was the audacity of courage. Then I asked myself, what does courage really mean? And for me, it is about doing things that you really want to do, irrespective of what you feel in that moment. Whether you feel intimidated, scared, insecure, anything you're feeling, but you're still able to put your foot down and do it. That is what courage is. And I'm so honored to be standing before each and every one of you. I feel so inspired and I'm so grateful. Thank you.